Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. I've reached financial independence, and I talk about topics that help others on their pathway to financial independence. And today I want to talk about the ACA healthcare program and also my Robinhood account and an issue that I ran into recently with some stock lending that occurred on my account. And overall, for the FIRE community, which stands for Financial Independence Retire Early, there's a lot of strategies to try to figure out how to retire before the typical age of 65 when Medicare kicks in. And so the community often talks about what are the strategies you can do to have enough income when you retire. You need health care when you retire. And those are kind of the two main things that you need in order to retire early. And so I did just cross over that mark this year where I officially retired. I am no longer working as an engineer and enjoying my retirement. It's been 3 weeks now or so, and thus far it's been glorious. I've been able to do whatever I wanted to do instead of going to work every day and dealing with specifications or requirements reviews or all the other things. So one of the things to get decent coverage for the ACA healthcare is you need to make sure you control your yearly income, and keeping it below the thresholds the government has set in place for you can give you some really nice healthcare subsidies that make your healthcare cheap. And so they have something called the poverty level or the full poverty level. And I am trying to manage my income to be beneath 200% of the full poverty level, which is about $42,000 for two people. I think the upper range of this, I can't remember if it went 400% of the full poverty level, might be near $80,000 or it might be $64,000. I can't remember. It probably is just double what 200% is. So I probably have up to $880,000 before I completely lose subsidies. And that is a hard threshold line. If you cross even $1 above the full 400% full poverty level, then you lose all subsidies for the ACA healthcare program, which are significant. They're the equivalent of getting something like $20,000 a year in free credits towards your healthcare. So just know that's a hard line. So I have to make sure that I do not cross over that hard line of the 400% poverty level. And right now I'm trying to manage my income to the 200% of the full poverty level. So how am I doing that? Number one, I get some dividends from some of the energy stocks that I own, and I get something like $12,000 a year from those dividend paying stocks. So I have to count that towards the Magi income. And the other thing that I did is I bought a bunch of oil pipelines that are considered master limited partnerships. And the reason why I did that primarily is because they pay distributions in the form of return on capital instead of dividends. And return on capital is not taxable to you. It does not show up on your tax return. What it does is it just lowers the basis for what you paid for the shares. And so it's not considered income because it was my own money. I gave it to the company. The company is slowly giving that money back to me again. And until they've given all of that money back to me, then I show no income. So basically, I live on return of capital distributions that I get from oil pipelines, but it allows me to keep my reported income very low. And then I also have kind of a slush area above that $12,000 of normal income that I will take out of my retirement account an amount up to that 200% of the poverty level, which is about, I don't know, $30,000 or so, which is great because it allows me, I'll probably not use that 30,000, I'll probably just do a Roth conversion, which will kind of bleed out just the dividends alone from my retirement account. But slowly over time, my Roth accounts will grow with this strategy, and my retirement account pre-tax stuff should kind of go down a bit. So this is all kind of technical, but it's super important if you're trying to retire early. These strategies make or break you. And so we'll see how this goes this year. Like I said, I'm trying to keep my costs below, or my income below the 200% of the poverty level, but I may choose to pull more out of my retirement account. I retired it after the age of 55, and so I can use the rule of 55 on my 401k plan to get funding out without the 10% penalty. So I can pull somewhere at least 30,000 out, and I may be able to pull another 40-ish out of my retirement account. But I've got to make sure that I keep my total income beneath the 400% of the poverty level, which I think is about $84,000, maybe it's $86,000 or something like that. So I ran into an issue with Robinhood this year because I started a margin account, and Robinhood lent out some of the shares that I had to short sellers who then sold them to someone else, and then the short sellers had to pay dividends to me, but it came to me in the form of miscellaneous income. It's on line 8 in the miscellaneous income, called substitute payments in lieu of dividends or interest. So I'd never seen that before. I just thought, I've really been trying to let people know about this, because for someone who's really trying to manage their income in retirement, these payments changed a pipeline that I owned from returning income to me in the form of returning capital to suddenly miscellaneous income. So I got about $4,400 of income that would not have showed up as income had not these shares been lent out, but now I have to account for it. So that itself isn't such a huge tax issue, but if I was really pushing the limits on trying to get my ACA insurance, that $4,400 could easily push me across the boundary. Then I would lose all subsidies, which would mean I have to pay $20,000 more for the health insurance that I had in the past year. So super important. This is really worth investigating and looking into, understanding for someone who is in the fire community, retired early, living or using the ACA program, trying to control their income in retirement. Oh, also, if you pull out of a Roth account, it also doesn't count as income for Magi. So I've got some Roth accounts that I could pull from if I need to. They don't count towards Magi, so that's good to have Roth. But anyhow, knowing that if your shares get lent out, you still get your dividend payments, but it changes the form to miscellaneous income instead of return of capital or qualified dividends. And I had stock lending not checked specifically for Robinhood, but because I have a margin account, they can lend my shares out, just one of their clauses. So to circumvent that, I created a cash account at Robinhood, transferred 3/4 of my shares out of the margin account, put them in the cash account. So Robinhood can still, I guess, loan out some of the value of my margin account, but I have tried to protect anything I had as a pipeline, put it in the cash account instead of the margin account. So it's my experience. This is for advanced folks in the fire community who are retiring early, trying to get cheap health insurance, and trying to control their income. Just know about this issue of stock lending. It can greatly affect particularly return of capital on your dividends. So cheers, like, subscribe. Hope you got some out of this. We'll see you. Bye.